Aquarius, this is your love and relationship reading for November 2018. I will cut the cards shortly, just a few more seconds. Okay, the first card is a Ten of Swords. You have a Four of Cups. You have Strength. Page of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Justice. Seven of Swords. Queen of Wands. The High Priest. Okay, I will pull one more card for the outcome. I'm looking at this column right here, Aquarius, with your major arcana. You've got Strength, Justice, and the High Priest. And this tells me a little bit of what your story is about in November. The overlap between these two cards. What these three cards have in common, Aquarius, is they both have this this undercurrent. They're both, all three cards are about your moral energy, what's right and what's wrong. It's also about being true to yourself, no matter what. And that's easy to understand when you look at the context of some of these cards. You've got a Ten of Swords here next to a Four of Cups. The Ten of Swords is about things being betrayed. Someone damaged your trust. It wasn't fair. And so Four of Cups comes along and we have this emotional detachment, and I feel like this is applying to your energy. So I feel like part of this story is you, someone damaging your trust, and these three cards bring this energy of you healing, but also standing up for yourself. Okay, that's what these three cards have in common. Your inner strength, your sense of fairness, being true to yourself and doing what's right, especially with the High Priest. It's good that you have this High Priest in your future, because the High Priest is about mediation. And it corresponds very well to Justice, because once again, these two cards overlap because they're both about what's fair. And so what I'm picking up from your love interest or partners is that they might have been dishonest, they might not have been upfront or straight with you. I'm getting a sense of maybe a little of a toxic behavior with some of your partners. But whatever it is, I kind of feel that with these three major arcana, your partners in love interest might be taking advantage of you and engaging toxic behavior. Okay, and this Queen of Wands here in the future might actually be a person of interest here. So yeah, it's interesting how these three major arcana are all lined up right under each other. Okay, these swords are relevant as well. You know you're an air sign. And air signs, as you know, and whenever I do your reading, and for Libra, or you know, if I do a reading for Libra or Gemini as well, when I look at those swords, it kind of gives me a heads up about what's going on in your head. What are you thinking? What are you going through? So yes, Ten of Swords, betrayal, a little bit of toxic behavior from your partner, emotionally distant, and then you have a Seven of Swords in your future. Now the Seven of Swords is an interesting card because it does mean, the saying goes, don't let your right hand know what the left hand is doing, or vice versa. Okay, this is about using your wits, looking out for yourself. It can be about scheming, you know, keeping things to yourself, thinking out of the box. Okay, and not being afraid to take matters into your own hands. You know, sometimes the Seven of Swords can be a good card. It's a good energy because it means that you're not telling everybody what you're doing or what you're thinking or what you're feeling. And so I'm getting the sense that in the future, in this relationship, some of you Aquarians are going to start keeping things to yourself, start clocking what your partner's doing. Your partner, I'm looking at this Seven of Cups here in the middle, adjacent to this four, not adjacent, but right under this Four of Cups. Some of your partners, they might be toxic people because emotionally they're not mature. They're not emotionally healthy. And that's something I picked up when I looked at that Ten of Swords and Four of Cups. Now this can happen on different levels in different ways. That maybe your partners are just being too emotionally selfish and they're not being considerate of you. And you are the one who is being there for the partner and, you know, really trying to make the relationship work. But then your partner is too emotionally flaky. Okay, so that's one way of seeing it. And so I sort of see some of you Aquarians like, okay, I'm just going to stand back and watch what my partner's doing. And, you know, I'm just going to let their actions speak for themselves. So the past influences for November, we're going into the month dealing with toxic behavior that's having a negative effect on you. You're harnessing the energy of the Strength card. How do you deal with this? Some of you Aquarians might be thinking, let me just stand back and wait and see how this is going to play out. So you will find that when you head into November, this Page of Pentacles is the problem-solving card. It's associated with doing research and trying to figure things out. It's about being practical. Okay. And so sometimes it can also mean a message or a conversation. But this is a card of slowing down, being patient, and thinking things through, and focusing on your inner strength and just trying to sort things out. It's not a very emotional card. It's not a card where you get hysterical or angry. It's like pulling back and like, okay, I don't know what this person's issues are, but eventually we're going to have to figure this out if this relationship is going to go forward. So yes, in the center of the spread, what the root issue seems to be for the month of November with your partner is this issue of one, the Seven of Cups is about emotionally having to make a choice, but it's also about daydreams and having your head in the clouds, procrastination, avoidance. Someone who can't make a choice, someone who can't be consistent in the relationship, and it's causing a lot of emotional ups and downs. And so, just a reminder, the Justice card also has a sword as well. And whenever you have that singular sword, that is the card of clarity and truth. And justice is also bringing a sense of fairness. And so there has to be this sense of fairness, letting your partner know, or having a discussion with your partner about how the relationship is not balanced, that you're being taken advantage of. Okay. So what I see happening in November, I see you, along with the Strength card, standing your ground. Okay. Protecting yourself. Okay. And that's a good thing. Now, as far as what direction your partner is going into, let's look at the future. So, in the future, and some of you might not even be together. Once again, I always consider the fact that some of you might have broken up. Seven of Swords, I feel like secrets might be revealed, that you're going to come into some insights and information about your partner. I kind of feel like this partner, the Queen of Wands is the energy surrounding your partner. The Queen of Wands is very outgoing. She's courageous. She always gets what she wants. She's that queen energy, that internal passive energy. That's not a bad thing. But there's a little bit of enthusiasm and passion and energy. And I feel like your partner, yes, your partner has been a bad boy or a bad girl. And I kind of feel that there's going to be this energy pulling you back into the relationship. But the nice thing about this is that you have the High Priest, who's going to keep things at even keel. I feel like you're going to learn how to adjust in this relationship, where you're not giving so much to this demanding Queen of Wands, and it can be a man or a woman. And there's going to be some sort of resolution between you two. That's what I feel. That you're going to rein in this Queen of Wands. You're going to rein in your partner, and you're going to know what's what. You're going to have a strategy. You're going to be able to protect yourself. But at the same time, this emotional wishy-washiness with your partner, I feel that your partner might get it together. And there's a chance they might do that, because I don't see you, Aquarius. I don't see some of you putting up with that type of situation any longer. That once you go through the Ten of Swords, it's like, okay, I've had enough. All right. So a card did fall out. What was that card? A Two of Swords. Okay, so once again, swords seem to be coming through as far as your energy. This is always the card of indecision. I feel that the things that have been happening with your partner are going to bring you to a point of decision. Should I let go, or should I stick it out? And in a sense, there's no way I can confirm for sure for all you hundreds of Aquarians this is exactly what's happening. All I can say based on the outcome card is that you might actually be brought to a point to where, should you cut bait or should you hold on? That's not necessarily a bad or a good thing. It just means that you'll be brought to a decision point. Okay. And I feel that with the energy of Strength, Justice, and High Priest, especially since Justice is so sure, you know, they've got that one sword. They know, you know, it's about a decision for right or wrong, but it's always about making the right decision. And so when you come back to this Two of Swords, you pick up another sword, so to speak, and you're still trying to decide, should I stay with this person or should I not? Okay. So nothing quite definite. All I can say for sure is that some of you, as the holidays and the end of the year approaches, you're going to be reconsidering whether you want to stay in this relationship. Okay, but just make sure you're grounded. You know, that energy of the Page of Pentacles. You're going to be deciding whether what this person has done is merits you breaking up with them or leaving them behind, or you, as I said, you trying to decide, how are we going to get past this? Can I be rational with this person? Will this person be rational? Okay. Can this person get past their emotional issues? And can they, you know, it's basically coming down to, you're either going to commit or not. Otherwise, I'm out of here. Okay. So Aquarius, that was your reading. And just a shout out, as usual, to all my subscribers, my sponsors on Patreon. And so that you know, I have a special promotion for my relationship energy reading cards. Relationship energy readings will be $10 for the rest of the year. So if you've been thinking about getting a reading from me, this would be a great time. Okay, especially if you will be a first-time client. And this is a great reading because it looks at the energy of the relationship, what path are you and your partner on, what's going to happen in the future, what are the thoughts, what are the feelings going on for both of you in the relationship. So I hope you consider trying it out. And so that's my reading. As always, I wish you love and light, and I'll see you next month.